My name's Claire Scott. I've got an Escort convertible with Riga F40 body kit on. 20-inch chrome wheels, Shanties, RS turbo engine. Yeah, exhaust UK. I've got all my exhaust system when you lift boot up, they're all inside.
My name's Scott Barker. I drive a 1.4 TDCi Fiesta. It's got a 1.6 turbo with a Dragon Performance tuning box, K&M panel filter and power flow balance.
I'm driving the biggest street legal truck in Europe. And I built it myself. It's got 44-inch wheels on it and it's had a 22-inch lift on it. So it's a fair old mission to drive, and it never ever goes in a straight line, which is handy.
My name's Wade Hazelwood. I drive a Toyota MR2 Turbo, the white one behind us. I've had it for the last 6 months now, so I always have a bit of fun. She's pretty standard at the moment. Being a turbo car, they're quite quick. All I've done to it at the moment is just put a blow-off valve onto it, so it just basically releases the pressure from the turbo. It just makes a big as everyone hears. There is some wheels on the way at the moment, but yeah, just big. It's money in this game. It's just so expensive.
I've had it 14 years, and I wouldn't like to say how much I've spent, but I spent about 6 last year. 6,000.
Well, the car cost me £4.5 grand. She was shipped from Japan 8 weeks ago because the car's not released in the UK at the moment. It was never released in the UK. They did the normal UK model, but I've got a Japanese import at the moment. So I spent £4.5 grand on up to now. I've just purchased some wheels, which cost me second-hand 750 quid, and a blow-off valve, which was £200.
Yeah, quite a fair bit. The car's cost me so far £2 grand.
It cost me a little under 30 grand. But if I had £1 for every photo was taken, I would be a millionaire by now.
I've had this car 14 years, so I've always been into my cars. I've done it up myself from standard. I get the end of photos and getting filmed on the car and everything and stuff.
I race monster trucks around Europe for a living, so this is just like a day job for me really. So I'm off to Estonia next week, so it's got to be done.
Basically, it's a good idea for socialising. Obviously there's organised events like this one we're at today. Obviously there's separate cruises outside, and it's a good social event. You're always going to face the stigma of, boy racer and everything else like that, but it takes the bigger person to come out and, be passionate about cars.
No, mainly if I go to the Ford shows, Ford guys don't like us playing with us cars, modifying them like that. So sometimes they look a bit negative at me, but other than that, everybody loves it. I think it's over the top and everything.
I used to, before I went in the army, I used to have a good laugh with the lads, but it got a bit too, the police got a bit too hot-headed, so I decided to back out a little bit, and then that was it. But obviously there's not much to do in the Nuneaton, you get a bit bored, so if there was somewhere where we could go that could sponsor us, where we could be much more safer, it'd be brilliant.
Yeah, I come to as many as I can, go to all the shows through the year if we can get to them.
Definitely come along, we're a good bunch of people. The crews that I represent is a good bunch of lads.
Hi, I'm Andy Mason, Bruce Leicester. Help run the forum, help sort events like this out, day-to-day running of the actual site, along with Richie and Tonka.
Yeah, I'm Richie, and I mainly maintain the website and keep the whole web thing going. And generally help organise everything. We saw the scene as it was, and we wanted, you know, we saw things that we could improve on it, so we kind of worked together and tried to
try and make a legalised,
yeah,
legalised area that you could actually all meet up, that it wasn't frowned upon, and some sort of control over it, where we weren't getting sort of people causing problems and trying to disrupt the sort of environment we wanted to create.
We've got a lot more sensible now. Obviously, in Leicester we do our own legal cruise every 2 weeks on a Tuesday. We've got our own location, we enforce it ourselves, self-sufficient, so yeah, it's all right. Move forward, so to speak.
Well, the thing is, I think it's mainly down to the minority that kind of do cause problems, and I think the majority do look for a more peaceful atmosphere, something that we try and that we can provide an event that won't be stopped by police and that we can regulate to make sure it's all running correctly, and so that people don't get uninterrupted and don't get people that put them off, you know, coming cruising.
A full car park like this is easy to achieve when the weather's good, enough advertising. We have weekly meets where, again, it can range from sort of 30 cars up to and over 100 cars quite easily. Some of the bigger events you've in the past, sort of 3 or 4 years ago, you were looking at 1,000 cars planning them. So it just depends on the actual organisers, really.
And I get to meet loads of great people, such as them slug kissers over there. I want to look over there. All my mates are involved into it. All my mates are involved into it. We're all the same passion. We enjoy doing the same thing, really. That's what it is, just about your mates.
I mean, the internet's a whole community between cruising. I mean, it's the ideal forum to kind of organise your activities cruising-wise, to meet up and talk about your car and your modifications. I mean, it's vital these days to be able to communicate that way.
Got a charity event in July with some of the other guys here that we put on, which is just a track day for charity to raise money for the likes of Rainbows, Wishes for Children and Menses. We tried to do a number of other events. We did one in Leicester a couple of years ago, a Halloween cruise that was again for charity. So try and do as many as we can, but it's trying to get the support from the likes of Nuneaton Council to actually put the events on in a safe environment that's supported, really.
I think the most important thing is that when we're doing these legal events, that we do get coverage, news, television, paper, whatever, as long as we get the coverage to kind of put that good image across. And I think that's the main thing.
Just that hopefully we can keep it developing it and keep it in a legal environment that we can control, and hopefully we do get the support from more and more of these people to actually put it on, and hopefully everyone can keep enjoying themselves, really.